All right, our next guest is a media personality and reporter for both the Detroit Red Wings and the Detroit Tigers. Please welcome Carley Johnston. Thank you very much for joining us, Carley.
Thanks so much for having me on. I'm happy we finally got to do it.
Yeah, exactly. And you've known Connor for quite some time. Is that right?
Oh my gosh, since the womb. Our parents,
Really?
our dads really have been best friends, I think, since elementary, right?
Honestly, I feel like the story changes every time. It gets like a
Every time.
year. It's a year
I
before
know.
every time
I
I hear the
know.
story.
Pat and Tim have been best buds, so naturally, Connor and I have known each other since pretty much birth.
And
There are
are
some
they
funny photos of us.
Yeah?
there are.
Oh, well,
yeah.
you got to send those over. We need
I'll
to
also
market
find
that.
them. I'll for sure find them.
Yeah. So are Pat and Tim still good buddies?
Oh yeah, see each other all the time.
Mhm.
Really?
Mhm.
Yep. It's like
Oh,
part
yeah.
of the annual, like when you get older and your parents just go on the annual golf trip, and there's just like
Oh, yeah.
I feel like every dad just has that trip just planned and just looking forward to it. They're both part of that. So
Oh yeah, like Palm Springs. Oh, they
Yeah.
make it a whole trip.
yeah.
We're
Yeah.
part of what everyone calls like family. That's what we call friends that
Mhm.
turn into family.
Yeah.
Oh, I like that.
Yeah.
I'm totally stealing that now.
We coined that. It's no big deal.
Yeah. Sorry, trademark.
Trademark. But no, I because you know those people that you say like, well, he's kind of my uncle. We call him our uncle, but he's not.
Mhm.
He's like a friend. So family is
Mhm.
definitely that's
There
that's
you
a
go.
good way of putting it.
That's
know
pretty
how to
much
use
the
it.
level we're at. Yeah.
Yeah. So that's awesome that you guys have known each other for a long time. I know that you went to his wedding and everything too. I
Mhm.
was also
Yeah.
there. So
Tyler's
No
body was
way.
there.
oh yeah, I was actually sitting at your table.
What? No way.
I had a feeling. I had a
Now I
feeling you
feel
wouldn't
like
remember
you know
this.
what?
No.
So-
It actually makes me feel so much better that you don't remember this.
She's only going to
So-
remember when you tell her that Tyler doesn't remember being at the wedding, but his
Oh,
body was at
stop.
the wedding.
Stop.
From the moment Connor and Dem said I do until the end of the night, it's just a complete blur for you, huh?
No. Because
like it
I do
started way
remember this
before
part
that.
very vividly. Yeah, no, I was sneaking some booze during the whole thing. No,
Well, that's when you know it's a good wedding. So
There you go.
props to you, Connor.
yeah, 100%. No, so we were sitting at the same table, and I just kept pounding beers, and my wife, who was sitting next to me, goes like, "Hey, you should really like mix in a water," and I was like, "No, I'm good. I'm honestly fine." And when she left to go get her food, you being as nice as you are, were like, "Hey, you should get some water." I'm like, "No, I'm fine. I'm completely okay." Oh yeah, and the best part is you actually checked in on me a couple different times, like, "Hey, do you want a water? I got you a water." I'm like, no, I'm good.
I'm so nice. Wait, this
Yeah.
is great. Usually I'm the person bringing drinks.
No, this is actually-
I'm the pusher.
This
I
is
think
super
it was just-
relieving that you didn't remember this, because I
It was
was
just
like,
vodka that you're bringing him, but
Yeah, right. I'm like, here, sir, have some water.
yeah.
she's like, he's already a train wreck. Let's see how far we can take this.
Exactly. I like to push it to the limit. There's always
Yeah.
one person who's way too drunk at a wedding. I
Mhm.
always like to know who that person is. Like if I'm not at a wedding, I always ask, who is the drunkest?
I didn't take that title. Mm-mm. I was feeling good, but no, I did not take that title.
Good.
I don't know.
Good. No
I
one
don't
likes
know.
to be that person.
No, unless
Yeah.
you're
I
like the
don't know,
groom or the bride.
Yeah, right.
Yes, you do.
If Carley doesn't remember, there might be a little, maybe she was that drunk. I don't know.
Maybe I was that person.
Yeah,
Unfortunately
maybe-
not. I think I was working late that night, couldn't get out of it. So I came myself because my mom and dad were already at the wedding, like the ceremony, and then they got to the reception. I came to the reception, I think right before dinner. And so I fortunately had to drive.
Yeah, had to play catch up. Couldn't do it because
Yeah.
you're driving.
Yeah, right.
Smart.
Everyone was already here. I couldn't get here with everyone by that time because I started here.
Yeah, it's too
Well,
late
late.
at that point.
Right, exactly.
But yeah, so
But-
I think Connor had us at the table with like Alexa,
Yes.
and so
Yep.
I've known
Very nice to
Alexa
her.
because I've known Connor since what, junior year of high school, I guess.
Junior year. Yep.
So I also met Alexa too. So when I was sitting right by Alexa, I saw that you sat down. I'm like, oh, this is kind of cool. you know, because I've seen you at Red Wing games and everything too. But I was like, oh, this is great. I'm already like, you know, 7 beers deep. I was going to say 17, but I would be dead at that point. But yeah.
Hey, it depends on how long it is throughout the course of time. If you have 7, but yeah, Alexa's part of the same family group that we have.
Yeah.
So all of our dads have been really good friends for a really long time. So all from the same group.
Yeah, it's a fun group.
Cool. It is a fun group. It is fun. We haven't gotten together in so long.
I know.
Now everyone's grown up and their schedules are crazy. But you know, still, it's nice to be able. Social media helps you stay in contact with everyone.
Oh, yes, for sure,
absolutely. And speaking of social media, though, I saw there's a picture recently that you put out. Actually, 2-part question. We haven't gone. You have to tell us how you're feeling knee-wise. And then the second part of that is I saw you cruising around a game recently on like the Walmart like shopping type bike. So yeah, you can tell us how you're feeling, but then also I need to get that story.
I'm happy we have some time because it's quite the story. All right. So first and foremost, I've had a couple knee surgeries on my left knee, like growing up. Like I think I started when I was 14, and then I had another one, I think my sophomore year of college. But March of 2021, I went on a ski trip with my girlfriends up at Boyne Mountain, and I'm a challenge. I hadn't skied in a while, but we used to ski all the time. My family, we used to go on annual ski trips, and I was a pretty good skier, black diamonds. You know, I was dodging down the slopes. But this time around, you know, I was like riding a bike, right? I mean, you're just as good. You pick up where you left off, even though it's been years. So we were having fun. We had a great day, the whole day, my girlfriends and I. And then it was the last run of the day, and it was like kind of not great. Like the slopes were kind of slippery because the day before it was 40 degrees. The next morning it was like 16 degrees. So it was real icy. But like that doesn't stop Carley Johnston. She loves to challenge herself. Like it's just it's kind of like a weakness but a strength in the same sense.
Push it to the limit.
Last run of the day, I was like, all right, I'm going to tackle this black diamond before we call it a day. I think it was called like Idiot's Way. And so I started to go down it, and I talked to the guy behind me. They named that after you went down. Yeah, right. Exactly. Now it's Carley's Way. Or R.I.P. Carley's knee. Yeah, so the guy behind me was like, you know, just be really careful. Super slick and icy. And I think they just blew some fresh powder over it. So I was like, oh, okay, sure. Zooming down the slope. Like I went with my girlfriend. She is like, well, I can't even see her. She's way behind me. You know, usually when you're going down Black Diamond, you're kind of going like this, unless you're a really professional skater or skier, excuse me. I was like, like I was going so fast. And then all of a sudden, like out of nowhere, bam, I go down. And it wasn't a big tumble. It wasn't cartwheeling, but I knew right away. I was like, oh, like I didn't cry, I didn't scream. I just said some very colorful words I can't say live. Yeah.
Yeah.
So
it would be bleeped out on TV.
Gosh. Oh, it would have just been one long bleep. So the people behind me were like, are you okay? And I was like, honestly, I don't think so. But if you could just get my skis to like a good spot so no one else falls. So my friend meets me and she's like, are you all right? And I'm like, honestly, no. But like I'm way too proud for my own goods. She's like, let me call a set. I was like, no. So I flipped back in. I finished skiing. And then we're walking to the lodge and my knee gave out and it popped. And like, that's when I just got nauseous. And I was like, oh, not good. Because typically pop means ACL. So sure enough, it was my ACL. So my ACL tore off my tibia, fractured my tibia. And then I tore both my menisci. And then I sprained a ligament. So like the LCL, PCL, MCL, my quad, my patellar. I had a femur bone bruise. It was like everything. Just obliterated. But you know, like that night, it was just literally.
Yeah, you
like,
have two?
Yeah, you have two, one on each side. They're like little water chestnuts that sit between your bone. I could literally be an orthopedic surgeon at this point. Like my MRI was 2 pages long, and typically it's like a page and like a half. It was like 2 pages long. So anyway, it was a really long road to recovery. I went to an amazing doctor, Dr. Anderson. He works on a lot of Detroit sports athletes. And he was really good, really proactive about, you know, trying to get me in rehab before even I got my surgery. But with the kind of injury I had, because it was like I don't even know how to say it, tibia spinal fracture, I think is what it is. Along with the ACL tear, it was like even longer to get back to normal. So I was running, I was jogging, and then I got a flare up again. And it turns out I had a cyclops lesion, something that's like a hard tissue on my graft, my ACL graft. So I got another surgery a month ago, January 18th. So I'm feeling really good now. It's straightening, but like I have like no quad. It's just like a little baby quad I have right now. So that time that you saw me on that little electric scooter, it was like 2 days after my surgery. And again, I can't say no, right? Can't just be like, I'm going to sit here and watch the game on TV. I had to go to the game. So I got a little electric scooter. My mom, Jude, shout out Jude. She came to the game with me and, you know, made sure I was on top of my meds and everything. So it was a fun game, except we got obliterated. So outside of that.
Also known in the hockey world as a lower body injury.
Yeah, I was on the, I've been on the long-term IR. My God, I think they're going to waive me. They're like, this girl is damaged, but get rid of her. But yeah, I'm feeling a lot better now. So that's a positive. But you know, I haven't been able to get back to physical therapy because the schedule has been kind of crazy. So I've kind of been pushing the limits myself, seeing how far I can go, but it's feeling good. So yeah. Back and healthy.
That's good to hear. Yeah, that's why you said that you had like a laundry list of things that you did to your knee, and you said that you didn't feel you felt pain, but not enough to scream. It sounds like I would have lost my voice.
Well, you know, I feel like it was adrenaline because I was already going down a slope way too fast. So it was like, I think it was when I cut, because like I said, this was already a bad knee. I think it was when I cut on my left side and it just, you know, did a little twisty turny thing that's not supposed to do. I think it was just the adrenaline. You know, I'm on a slope. I was like probably halfway down and I just wanted to clip back in, get down and start Googling things, which was the worst thing I could have done. I was just like, I probably sprained it. Yeah. I was like, I sprained it or I dislocated my kneecap, something like that. Or I just tweaked it a little bit. And then, so like that night, you know, we were having fun, you know, that night I'm like, girls, not feeling great. Let's have some fun. Get in the hot tub, which is the worst thing you can do if you have an injury, heads up. Really? And also don't drink alcohol. It's another worst thing. It makes you more swollen.
Like, so therefore, I was drinking in the hot tub next.
So of course, next thing, you know, so, and I couldn't really walk on it. So I was like, oh, kind of bad. Next morning, could not put any weight on it. So of course, then we have 5 hours to drive home. And I'm just like sitting like this, like, I'm like nauseous the whole car ride home. Hungover from the injury, hungover from the alcohol, just not doing well.
Not having a good time.
Very close to rock bottom physically. So it was a rough day, but I was able to get in. So that happened on a Saturday. I was able to get in on a Monday and then, you know, got some x-rays and they tried to do a stress test, but it's so swollen that they didn't realize how bad it was. But you know what? Back and stronger than ever. More knee surgeries. It's no longer a bad knee now. Now it's just a good knee because it's pretty much brand new.
Super knee.
Super knee.
Was it a total yard sale? Like skis, poles everywhere?
It was, but they weren't too far from me. So
really?
That's what like the people behind me saw me fall because like it wasn't a big cartwheel. Like nothing else got hurt. Like I broke a nail and that was it. And like that was it other than the knee. So like when I went down,
that's why you were screaming so much. Like, I just got these done.
Yeah, right. So I went down and like I immediately, you know, I think I remember being on my belly and then like I instantly, you know, moved my knee around. I was like, oh, grabbed it and I was like, honestly, it's not hanging. It wasn't just like this. I'm like, I think we're good.
It's still attached to my body.
It's still attached to my body. Didn't lose any limbs. So the people behind me were so sweet and asked if I was okay. And I was like, yeah, can you just like get my skis to a spot where like they're not in the way? Because I didn't want to be the cause of someone else falling. So it wasn't too bad. They were near me. So they weren't like halfway down the slope, but definitely didn't stay on. That's for sure. So I would call it
Did anyone on the chairlifts, like any commentary from the heroes on the chairlift?
That's what, like, Because I remember going on the trail. If I saw someone fall before, I was like, ooh,
Ooh.
bummer. Oh, I can't imagine what someone else saw. They were probably like, ooh.
Oh, I was a mean kid.
Yikes.
I was a mean kid. You can say some bad stuff.
Some
when people
comments
fall.
from
Yeah.
the peanut gallery.
I-
Yeah.
That's what I was thinking,
changed
Carly, the
men.
peanut gallery.
Yeah, exactly. From the peanut. I was an injured soul at that point. I think my pride hurt more than my body did. So I would have had some words to say back to someone who was in a chairlift watching me fall.
So what happened with the nail? Did you get that replaced too, or?
You know what? I didn't. Like, I had ratchet nails for about a month after, because I was like, I have bigger fish to fry over here. I remember I actually just went back and watched some morning skate shows that I did with Ken Cal, and I saw like how gross my nails were. I was like, this was right after I got hurt. I remember it. That's disgusting.
Yeah, you were probably the only one though. It's not like there were comments like, "Oh my god, what happened to her nails?"
No one else. Everyone else is like, "Why are you in crutches in a wheelchair?" And I'm like, "But did you see my nails?"
It's like, and why are Ken Kell's nails looking so good?
Yeah. Ken Kell's nails were nice and polished and buff. No teasing, but yeah, I mean, that was definitely the worst of my worries. I remember I went and got my nails done, and the lady was like, "You okay?" On crutches. Yikes, those look bad.
No, I'm not okay. Would you just do my nails, please?
Have you seen my nails? This is why I'm on the crutches.
Jan, but thank you. Yeah. She still asked me. She's so sweet. Shout out to Jan. She still asked me about my knee. But yeah, it was a rough go. But
it sounds like
now we're on the other side of things.
Oh man.
Now we're on the up and up.
Well, I know.
Sorry?
So you said you're on the up and up. So, but
Yes. Now I'm on the
you're
up and
getting
up.
there.
I am getting there. I was at a point where you haven't met my puppy, Connor. Reggie.
I know.
He no longer looks like a puppy. He looks like a horse.
I actually just saw that. So I've been trying to follow along his life on social media, which we all are doing.
He is napping right now, but yeah, he's a puppy horse. He's 7 months, over 90 pounds.
What kind of dog?
So he's a Bernese Mountain Dog and a Great Pyrenees mix. So he's a big old mountain dog. Yeah.
It's a bear.
Yeah. I know.
He's sweet. He's sweet looking.
Really good dog. Like I told you guys before we came on, I'm on the COVID protocol list right now. Yeah. Really getting knocked down this year.
Like back to back. That doesn't sound great.
Damn.
But he's been so good hanging out with me up here. Like, quarantining with a puppy sounds miserable, but he's been good. So
support animal.
Good.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, that's good.
You took him to work, didn't you?
I did.
Oh,
he came with me Saturday. Last Saturday. I don't even know what date that was, but so that was really fun. Oh my gosh, he had such a blast. He loved just saying hi to everyone and just being there. And he loves people. He loves kids. So he had oh my gosh, we got in the car after the game and he was out before I even turned the car on. And so
I just need a break.
A break. Right. He's like, oh my gosh, it's just so hard being this cute.
Man, this
he's
whole work
like,
thing
you have no idea.
I know. Now I'm like, okay, now you see what I have to go do all the time just to pay for your treats and your food that I have to replace like every 2 weeks because he's so big.
He's like, I don't care about that. Just keep it coming.
Yeah, right. When you whine when I leave for game days, now you know why, bud.
Oh man. Well, at least probably going to the games this year compared to last year. Like talking a little bit of hockey. It's how much better is it now? Going to a game where you're like, all right, the players have to be in a better mind space, and compared to last year's, that's gonna be a long season.
Or 2 years ago when it was every game was a loss.
Yeah.
I guess I should say 2. Last year, the COVID year got away from me, but 2 years ago, really.
I mean, there are so many different factors that go into how much better the atmosphere has been at Little Caesars Arena, just in general, just like the fans, they're actually fans in the seats. 2 years ago, it was. Even 3 years ago when we first opened Little Caesars Arena 4.5 years ago, it's been rough. Obviously the team hasn't been what they want to be. They're in a rebuild, but the team's fun right now. So in turn, the fans are fun. They're into it. They're staying the whole game. They're starting "Let's Go Red Wings" chants and doing the wave. And
the woo at the end of the game.
Oh my gosh, the woo.
Oh yeah.
It's not just the end of the game, too. It's
it's like the whole third period. I've noted. Is it the whole game?
Oh yeah, it's the whole game.
Oh,
it's the whole game.
Well, and I love
nice going,
There was a goal review the other day where they had the refs pointing like in the stands, and
Yeah.
everything. Like stuff like that.
Yeah,
It's a lot of fun. So
that was tense. That was against the Maple Leafs. I
Mhm.
think so, right? And
Yeah.
I was
Yeah.
sitting
So,
behind
yeah.
the bench, like literally the seat right behind the Red Wings bench, and I was sitting there like, oh my god,
Yeah.
what's going on here? Like I could feel the tension on the bench.
Yeah.
It was pretty rough, but
We've had more octopus on the ice this year than a long time.
right.
Mhm. Yeah.
I
Right.
love
Reason to
it.
throw 'em.
Oh, I love it too.
Security's getting a little loose, but yeah, I think people are strapping them to their bellies, and how do you prevent that, really? So
Yeah.
disgusting at the thought. Like I love the commitment and I love the passion, but the thought of strapping an octopus to my stomach, just the thought of like touching one or like when Al
know.
just like bringing them in the example.
Suction cups stay alive even when the octopus
Oh.
is dead.
Wait, do
They
they really?
smell.
I don't know. That might not be correct.
I just
We
make
have to
like, I got a
fact
bunch
check
of
that,
facts.
but
Yeah.
honestly, not sure about that, so I'd believe you.
You said it was
Right.
such
If you-
like
If
confident.
you say
I
anything
know.
with confidence, it,
It's
My
like, yeah, they can come back to
brother-in-law is
life.
like that. My brother-in-law is like that. Eric, Connor Brooks' husband, Eric.
Yeah.
He will say, "Yeah, the sky's red," and I'd be like, "Oh, is
know what?
it?"
It kind of is.
He says everything with such confidence.
it's like a reddish blue.
Yeah, like
That is-
open. Are you colorblind? I'm like, oh
Yeah.
my god, am I? And I'm
I
not.
actually might
I'm
be.
not a very gullible person, but it finally got to the point that every time Eric said something, we're like, all right, Eric. Until we were in Yellowstone. Yeah, it was
show?
Yellowstone. And
No.
the actual park. And he said when we were on vacation, we were hiking, and he goes, "Did you guys know Yellowstone under it is actually like I can't remember if it was. Okay, now I can't remember. Now I feel like I have to fact check myself, but I think he said it's a volcano underneath Yellowstone." And we were all like, "Yeah, okay, Eric, sure thing, Eric." And then someone Googled it, and they're like, "Oh shit, he's right." And
I was
so
gonna say,
from
that
now
might be
on,
right.
from now on, we're like, "Okay, is he telling the truth?"
You only have
It's
to be
the-
right like 1 or 2 times for you guys
Yeah.
to now believe him.
Yeah.
So,
Right. It's the way he puts out those facts, and you're just like, "Oh, yeah, maybe. I don't know, Eric, you might be right."
Yeah. It's kind of like a
Sounds right.
weatherman. They're right like maybe 5% of the time, but
Mhm.
They get
everyone
paid to
still
do it.
listens to them.
Gotta be
Yeah.
close.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I know. I wanted to actually be a meteorologist. That was like when I was in college. No, not so much college. I think college was when I knew I wanted to do sports, but
Really?
maybe like late high school, early college, I was like, I want to be a meteorologist. I want to talk about the weather. What could be so hard about it's 75 and sunny right now? But then I learned you have to actually like do extra school to be a meteorologist. So I was like,
It's like, ooh.
Do you
we're good.
really?
Yeah, I can't remember what it was, but I was a-okay on that. I mean, loved my time at Michigan State. Go Green. Those are
The white?
few of the
Mhm.
few of the best years of my life, but like can't imagine staying there any longer.
And it's like, got your fix.
Can't imagine doing it.
So yeah, we'll get into a little bit more of like the Red Wings talk and everything, but yeah, we're definitely curious about what led you into like journalism and
Mhm.
being what landed you the job with the Wings.
Okay, so like I said, I went to Michigan State, and I
Mhm.
always knew. So I tried a couple different things. I always knew I wanted to be in communications as a broad, umbrella. But it was like, what did I want to do under that umbrella? Did I want to do marketing? I tried that out. Didn't like the class. Did I want to do advertising? Didn't like that. Didn't like the class. So I always kind of knew I wanted to be a reporter, but I just wanted to try different things out. And then, of course, I landed back into journalism, and I loved it. The classes were tough, but I was like, this is interesting to me. I can clearly talk to a brick wall, or I could talk for hours to literally anyone. And that's just like what I enjoy doing. I can't believe still to this day that I get paid to talk, especially about something so exciting as Detroit Red Wings sports, or excuse me, team, but I should say Detroit sports in general.
Mhm.
But yeah, I went to Michigan State, graduated from journalism school. I call it Journ School. May 2015. Man, I'm aging myself.
Oh, so old, man. Come on.
So old. And right after school, I got an internship at Local 4, the WDIV,
Oh yeah.
the affiliate downtown.
Mhm.
And so I was an intern with their special projects team, and I just built some incredible relationships there. Bernie Smilovitz. Like I was really interested in doing sports. He would always talk to me after my shift before he went on and just ask me what I was interested in and how he could help. Great guy, Bernie Smilovitz. Really helped me get to where I'm at today. Everyone there, helped me build up my demo reel, but like they knew I wanted to be a reporter, but then they gave me this opportunity to be an associate producer, which is a writer. I was working overnights, weekends. It sucks.
Oh,
I mean, it
my.
was great. Like I said, the people there were amazing, but I was working like 11 to 7 a.m., 11 p.m. to 7 a.m. And so it was tough. And, obviously news in Detroit isn't always happy. It isn't always positive. So
Right.
it gets you. But after that, they brought me on to Dayside. I was producing half-hour shows. So I was in the booth with the headset telling the reporters what to do and that.
Wow.
I was stacking shows. So it was really cool. I mean, I'm so happy I got that experience. Obviously, it brought me to where I'm at today, clearly.
That's a grind.
Wait, have you seen the Newsroom, the show with Jeff Daniels on HBO?
I haven't. No,
Okay,
I haven't.
I had a question off of that, but you don't have to answer it. But you should watch that actually. I'm like, is that accurate? Is that how it is? It's basically like there's people behind with the headsets that are telling them what to say, and there's somebody talking while they're listening. I'm like, that whole thing is ridiculous that people can do that.
It's a lot.
Blow my mind.
I would take a couple hours to stack a show. It would be 10 minutes before I'm about to go back to the booth, and we would get a shooting and someone's dead or a big accident, and they're like, it's breaking news now, so I'd have to completely restack the show. It was the most stressful job.
Oh, yeah.
Like it's like you're like, oh, then you're like, you're mistyping everything and there can't be typos on the air, so everyone's like fact it. Oh, it's so stressful. And I'm right out of college. I was like, I don't know why they're giving me this responsibility. Who's trusting me to do this?
But this should be a test run. Nobody should see this.
Oh my, I know. I'm like, this is literally going live. Does anyone check this? But they do. I mean, like my executive producer would go through and check it. And he was great. But
and if you have anybody like Ron Burgundy, they'll just read anything off the teleprompter.
Luckily, I had the best anchors that I built like great relationships with. So that was never a problem. And this sounds so weird, but like the overnight shifts were a lot more relaxed. Like the morning shows are a lot more fun. Obviously, people are starting their days and it's supposed to be bright and cheery. But overnight, 2 a.m. is when you get those breaking news reports of shootings or accidents or anything. But Dayside was when it was really scary because like all of like the higher ups were in. So you're kind of like working and you're like really nervous. Yeah. But so yeah, it was crazy. Really cool. It is crazy. It's a really high stress environment, but like I said, the people there were just so amazing. So it was a great experience. And they all like wanted the best for me. They all knew I didn't want to be a producer, although it's like such a great asset to have moving forward. They knew I wanted to be on camera, and they were all so nice. Like the videographers would take me out on shoots with them and say, like, let's record a stand-up for you. And they were awesome.
Oh, that's really cool.
Yeah, I can't say one bad thing about that newsroom.
That's great to have a support group like that.
It is. It's so important. That's like the biggest thing you can have, especially in this industry. Like networking and having relationships is the biggest thing.
And getting a start like that too.
Yeah.
Like not everybody, like you got dealt a really good hand right there.
I did. I was very blessed. I didn't have to go to like a small market in a different state. Like I never had to do that. And obviously everyone's path and everyone's story is different. This is just mine. So I was lucky enough to be able to work there. And then Kim DeGiulio, she is the traffic reporter with Local 4, but now she does a little more anchoring, a little more reporting too. So she's not just doing that aspect of it. But she sent me the job posting for the Red Wings, and she said, I know you love sports. I know you want to be on camera. I think this would be an incredible opportunity for you. And at the time I wanted to move west. I don't want to move. I never wanted to move to LA. It's not my vibe, but I really wanted to move to San Diego. And I guess like at that time, I kind of took it as, well, maybe I'll end up in sports. San Diego, they just have the Padres. They have the Gulls as well, the AHL affiliate. But I was like, I just really wanted to get that experience. Not as fun, but I wanted that experience of moving to a different state. My brother lives there. But she's like, I think you should try it. So I was like, okay, I'll try it. Whatever. This would be fun. What a cool job. And so I interviewed my first round, who is with Pete, who is now my boss, and Kevin, who is the game day coordinator. I interviewed with them, shot the shit. Sorry, had fun, talked back
Bleep
and
that
forth.
out.
Let it fly.
Sorry.
Jeez, it's like she messed up her knee again. Just curse words flying everywhere.
Oh, I know. Can you imagine? Oh, thank God I wasn't mic'd up for that slope run. But so it was a great, like I felt comfortable because I was myself, and like I was like, this would be an amazing opportunity, but I'm not going to stress myself out over it. So it was a great interview, and they called me back for the second round, and I was like, wait, I really want this job now. Okay, so they called me back for the second round, and at that time, because I wanted it so bad, I was nervous. Wait, when I tell you guys, so I had to do, act like I was in arena hosting. So I was doing some of those little hits that I do now in game. And so they gave me the sheet. They wanted to see how I would be like quick on my feet live.
Yeah.
You guys, did you know you can sweat behind your knees? Because I didn't know that until that day. I was so nervous. I like from head to toe drenched in sweat. Like they still have, and of course they recorded it and they still have the tapes and they love to bring it out every now and then. It's pretty brutal.
Oh wait,
my God.
what?
Oh my God.
Surprise.
Yeah. So this is me. Hi everyone. I'm Carley Johnston. Oh wait, 1 second. I have 100 Little Caesars. Like I couldn't think. Like I was trying to say exactly what the script. It was so bad. I remember leaving, and I called my parents, and I was like, "Yeah, I don't think this is gonna work." And they called me back for a third round, and I was mind blown. I was like, "Whoa, okay, sure, if you want to." And it was at Comerica Park, and that's when we were like really did like a live in arena. I mean, the only people who were there, it was a non-game day, so it was just like the I can't remember exactly who was there, but just people who work for Olympia Entertainment, and a few. So it was me and 3 other girls, Daniela included, and we each had to like do it in front of each other. It was terrible. It was so nerve-wracking. Like you're nervous just in front of the people who are interviewing you, and then it's the girls who you're going up against. I was like, oh my gosh. So
I think Danielle has mentioned this. Yeah.
It was, and of course, like I said, they have it on tape, so it's just all pretty brutal. But because neither of us had hosted like, in-game anything. She did a lot of reporting with I can't remember what it's called, but she did some sports reporting. But we were both like, oh, yikes! This is yikes. But it was a summer day. It was windy, so all of the dirt was getting kicked up on the field, and my allergies were so bad. So because my eyes were watering so bad, it was just one of those days where the elements were definitely working against you. So I go on the field, and the echo, I don't know if you guys have ever talked on a microphone at Comerica Park, but the echo is at least
I don't think I have
3 seconds.
No.
I've only done it
Bad.
6 times.
But the echo, you guys, it's distracting. So imagine like talking right now,
Like,
and then
hello,
you hear yourself.
hello.
Exactly. It's like you hear yourself a few seconds later. So it's really distracting when you're talking.
Is it even worse when it's like a midday game and there's like not a lot of people there? Does that play a factor or not really? It's more off the buildings, is it not?
It's more so like, you can hear the speakers, but I guess, it can help if there are a lot of fans there. It kind of drowns it out a little bit because you hear the chatter of everyone else. But so that was tough, like just talking into a microphone and hearing yourself and trying to think of what you're saying without thinking of what you just said. And then you're like talking, like, did I mess up? And then you're like, it was tough. And then, so it was my turn to go do like my interview or whatever, and my audition, as you will. And I like went to go talk, and then my hair got, like, it was so windy, my hair got down my throat. I like choked down my hair as I'm trying to talk. So I'm like, I'm so sorry, I just choked down my hair. Can I restart? So I don't know how I got that job. All in all, that somehow landed me here. I still to this day ask my boss, Pete, why did you hire me? And he said, you know what, Carley, we saw potential. It wasn't there. It's there now, but it wasn't there before, but we saw it.
That's just how good he is. If he can see through that, I mean.
I remember he called me and he was like, we want to congratulate you. We're offering you the position. And I was like,
it's like, you actually have the wrong number.
And he goes,
you're like, are you sure you got the right? I choked on my own hair.
Right. I was like, dude,
yeah, no, you're not.
you got the right number.
He's like, oh, actually,
Oh, sorry. Yeah, actually, no. But he was like, "You don't even sound that excited." I was like, "No, I am. I'm just very shocked right now. Actually speechless for
Oh
the first
man.
time ever in my entire life."
Well,
So
That's so cool, though.
that was the road. Yeah.
that's awesome. We have a couple people commenting here. Somebody, Jesse, he said that the Wings play the Flyers on Wednesday. What do you think the outcome will be? So I was curious on your perspective, knowing that I guess the Flyers have won. Dustin, you said that the Flyers won the past couple games, but they've had a rough stretch.
They won.
So-
They've won 2. One of them was in overtime.
Sorry,
So they've
Flyers
won
fans.
1.
I like the Flyers, but
I like the
Okay.
Flyers too. Tyler and I had them as being the divisional winners. So
We did, and we
Oh.
are. Yeah, but
Yeah.
that's a different topic.
that's a different topic. We're not talking about that, Carly.
so I guess like kind of rounding out that question, how do you think they'll do at coming out of like an All-Star break? And I guess I haven't like paid too much attention to how teams do out of an All-Star break and like what teams do better or worse or whatever. But I feel like for these young guys that have been like the Wings have, I feel like they'll do pretty well coming out of here after getting a little
It'll
rest.
give Larkin a jolt. Not that he needed it, but you know what I mean.
Right.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, his legs are warm. He was in Vegas for the All-Star game, so he didn't have as long of a break. But I mean, it is. I don't really have the stats of usually how teams do when they're coming off of a long break like
Yeah, I
that.
don't
But
know.
I mean, I don't think this is anything new because the Red Wings, well, actually the whole league, had that break across Christmas.
Yeah, good point.
And they didn't play so hot after that, but they had a lot of practice days. Right now, they're only going to have tomorrow to practice because today was also an off day. So tomorrow practice, and then they're going to travel and game on Wednesday. So I think it can go either way. But I mean, every team is experiencing that right now. Everyone's coming off of the All-Star break. So I don't know. I think the Red Wings have been interesting this season because you may go into a game thinking, all right, Red Wings got this in the bag. Not a
Up
great
3
game.
goals.
Right. And then all of a sudden you're like, ooh, they're playing a pretty good team. Not gonna do so hot. And they win.
Like game
I
one.
feel like, yeah. So
That was crazy.
it's a very interesting dynamic this season with the team. They keep surprising me. Every game they surprise me. Players on the team surprise me. The team as a whole surprised me. So honestly, it really could go either way. But I mean, they were a little dicey. There was a bit of a roller coaster before the All-Star break. They're coming off of a loss, but that was so long ago that
It's old. I don't even remember that.
Right.
Yeah.
So kind of flush it out of their system, start fresh.
And
have a good
Carly's,
practice tomorrow.
I had a quick question for you regarding the Wings this season. You said that they've been quite a surprise, and I would say that they've been very entertaining to watch. That's for sure. I kind of had them pegged about like at the end of this season, they'll be about 6 to 8 points out of a playoff spot. That's no disrespect to the players on the team or the roster or anything like that. Is that fair to say with how this team is? I mean, they're improving, but they're just not there yet.
Yeah, 100%. And I think that's all you can really ask for out of this organization right now is that there's progress because we are in the middle of a rebuild. This is a team that looks completely different than the team we had last season, which, is good. But at the same time, these are all new teammates. These are all new line mates, all new pairings, new goalies. Right. Like it's just it's a whole different team. So you kind of have to start from square one, which is good to flush a bad season out of your system and start fresh. But there also comes trials and tribulations with having a bunch of new players and a new assistant coach in the mix. So things change, systems change, the dynamic changes, the structure changes of the team. But it seems like that is all for the better this season for the team.
So Carly, speaking of some of the new players in the first line, how do you think that new first line is running with Bertuzzi, Raymond, and Larkin?
Bertuzzi's not on the first line anymore.
Well, yeah, they have him on the second line now. So
I know.
I know that is like the go-to. That is the go-to top line. I get it, but I think that really plays to the players. Speaks to the players that we have on this team right now is that they can move up and down the lines and still produce. I mean, Tyler Bertuzzi is coming off of a bad injury. I mean, a back surgery, that's rough for anyone, not even a professional athlete. But the season he's having and the way he's just sacrificing his body, stopping pucks, playing as like a third goalie in a game, just outstanding gameplay from him. He hasn't missed.
He's got my Vesna vote.
Yeah, you
He's
like
got my
it?
Vesna vote. Oh yeah.
But I think that really plays to this team. Dylan Larkin and Lucas Raymond can play with anyone on that top line. They've showed it. You know, Robbie Fabry's been doing a great job, but like I think.
How about that tilt the other night? I've never seen him throw.
I haven't either.
That was crazy.
Mm-hmm.
The whole entire team is gritty this year. I love it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There's a lot of fight in this team.
There is. And there, like you said, there are some players that you wouldn't expect to fight, drop the gloves, but I'm so weary. I love the physical game. I hate when people say like that's new hockey, it's not as gritty, it's not as, but it's true. I do like the old style of things, but
OTH, yeah.
But when you have goal scorers who are dropping the gloves, look at Anthony Mantha. You know, it happened to him a couple times. You break your hand, and then you're out for the season, or you know, playing injured. So I'm weary. Depends on who's dropping the gloves.
We are too.
Yeah,
believe me.
Like Dylan Larkin,
I think we're gun shy, especially after because of Mantha. And anytime that like when Larkin, it was game one, wasn't it? When he shed his glove and just like suckered, not really suckered, but you know what I mean.
Yeah,
like
checked from behind and kind of stood up
Matthew Joseph back. Yeah, no,
that's
I like that. I like that.
Yeah.
I did too. I didn't like. Obviously, he got punished for it, but
I didn't either.
I like.
It kind of worked out for him though, because he hurt himself doing that. I think
that's what I'm saying. Like, obviously, he didn't hurt himself to the point where he couldn't play after his suspension. But I like when. I
think it's street cred.
You do get street cred.
It is.
It's like you're a skilled player, but you're not afraid to back down.
Well,
yeah.
I love that.
Go ahead.
No, go ahead.
I was just gonna say, and I think it kind of like instilled the roughness into the entire team. They saw Larkin.
Captain.
Exactly. They saw him do it. They're like, well, hold on. He shouldn't be throwing down. Let me stand up for him. So
yeah, 100%.
And that's what I was gonna say, Dustin. I like. How do I word this? Because I like all around players. I like players who can get down and dirty, gritty, but also be skilled goal scorers. That was a tongue twister.
Say it 10 times now.
Right. But I do like having players like Giovanni Smith, who has and can score goals, but he's in there to kind of be a little more a bit of a defensive offenseman.
And Jamel.
And Jamel dropping the gloves and getting an assist in his first Red Wings game. We love it.
Those two and Witkowski, we got the Bash brothers.
That's what I was just going to say. Luke Witkowski is another great guy who does the little things on the ice. Doesn't get a lot of minutes, but like anyone messes with any of our players, he's dropping the gloves.
Yep.
So it's good to have those. Right. It's good to have those players on a team for that reason, because we don't want to see people like Lucas Raymond hasn't really gotten many scuffles, but there have been points where oh my God, I love Moritz Seider, you guys. He's a great guy off of the ice. He brings so much fun to the locker room. He is a brick wall. Like people run into him and they're like, on the ice, and he's so talented. I mean, leading the rookies in assists. Come on. I mean, he's been such an amazing addition to the Detroit Red Wings, especially out on the blue line where we were a little, we needed some of that on the blue line. Like I said,
just below average before.
Yeah.
And then I think, and then we're in the right direction though. I think I don't know, to me, I look at him and you're like, all right, now you found your number one defenseman, and then you have some prospects with Edvinsson, and I feel like you're in good shape. But anyway, that's me being optimistic.
No, that's
but that's true.
Yeah,
I mean, we can be cautiously optimistic. We've been burned the past few years as Red Wings fans, but I think, like I said earlier on, the biggest thing is progress, and the Red Wings are definitely making progress. There's no denying that at all. Yeah,
I felt like 2 years ago you talked to people, specifically like people that cover the league, and they were looking at them like, I don't know, like the next couple of years are going to be huge. And now if you talk to anybody, they're like, they're going to have an amazing 10-year stretch if they can keep this going. So, I mean, obviously they're in the right direction with Steve Yzerman. That helps.
Yeah, no kidding. Obviously, when his name was called, and Seider was even shocked when his name was called by Yzerman. We were all kind of like, we were scrambling. We had a draft party, and we were scrambling because we were about to start talking about the pick. And of course, I did all the research on You know, the
Like, you're-
top 10 picks that were.
You should have called Iserman. Like, seriously, you
I'm
couldn't
like,
give me a
dude,
heads up.
can you tell me? Yeah, but then they said Moritz Seider, and I'm like, oh, you know, Googling.
You were like,
It's like,
Oh
does
my
he play
God,
hockey?
what
Is
about
this a
him?
hockey player?
Hey, German defenseman, that's all I know.
He's a big German
But
defenseman.
He's
great
added-
hair.
With
Great
great hair. He's added a lot to this team. I mean,
Oh, you wouldn't even know
not-
he's a rookie. Honestly,
I
I feel like
know.
he
He
looks
doesn't
like he's
look it.
no, and he's been playing in the league. It looks
Mhm.
for literally one season, but he doesn't have a problem mixing it up with the veterans. He doesn't care about who you
Oh.
are.
Crosby.
Crosby,
Oh,
love it,
I love it.
love it.
I love
Don't
it.
put a mitt in Moritz's face. But I
Right.
think this is what happened with Moritz and his development overseas in the leagues that he played in Germany and Sweden. He was playing with men. You know, he
Mhm.
was a teenager playing
Mhm.
with full grown men. So I think that definitely played to the advantage. I mean, obviously he's a big guy. There's no denying that. So he has like he's that God-given defenseman, big body, but how do you use it? You know, that's when you get injured if you don't know how to use it, or that's when like you can't stop someone dead in their tracks in the middle of the ice. But he can because he's dealt with that basically his whole, you know, teenage developing years. And
Yeah. Kind of learn how to
overseas.
be a pro too.
Well,
Like,
yeah.
last couple years, right? That's it's
One
like a
thing
big
Bill Lockheed
transition.
said, right? We had
Mhm.
him on. He was talking about him playing over in the German league, right?
The DEL.
Yeah,
Yep.
the DEL. Yeah, him playing the DEL as a young guy and how
Mhm.
how
Over
talented
in
he was with it.
Mannheim, I
Yep,
think it
Mannheim.
was. Yeah.
Yep, that's right.
And you know, we were sold on him being a decent shutdown defenseman that could also provide some offensive ability too. What surprised me is I didn't know how skilled he was with the puck. I mean, he's throwing
Mhm.
spin moves for a
Mhm.
6'4" defenseman, or however big he is. He's very mobile,
Moving and grooving.
I mean,
Oh,
he
yeah.
is, and I can't
like Fred
remember.
Astaire out there.
I can't remember who they were playing, but there was a sequence where he had the puck and he was trying to find, you know, an out. I think I can't remember who they were playing. Now it's going to bug me, but there were so many opposing team defenders trying to get the puck off of his stick, and he was just shutting I mean, he was just basically just pushing them off, and like he was just like, you know, all right, like, and he, you know, he was the puck skills and the stick skills that he has
Oh,
on
it's
top of
crazy.
being such a tough body and hard on the stick. I mean, it doesn't get much better than
Yeah,
that.
he's got a lot of confidence too. It's just like very comfortable
Yeah.
with the puck. So
Just
how-
a little
like,
bit.
yeah, just
Confidence.
a little. I mean, he's no.
Well, on and off the ice too.
Yeah, yeah.
Great
He doesn't.
personality.
He doesn't get talked about like Zegras, but whatever. He does.
Oh
with-
my!
Don't even bring it.
started.
Oh,
I
Carly,
know.
we've already talked about it.
I know we've talked about it, and the people that are listening are probably like, okay, if they have to bring this up one more time, I'm gonna lose it.
I
Turn it
mean,
off.
I'm the media, so I hate saying like the media, but
Yeah.
the media is obsessed with him. That's
I
all
know.
they cover. He's the only rookie you ever see
I know.
Why?
I know.
It's insane.
on every
He's not
Sports
leading
He's
the-
Center-
flashy.
He's not
Every
leading the
Sports Center,
scoring.
ESPN. No,
Yeah.
Sports Center, ESPN, NHL. They're always posting clips of him. Like, I get he has those flashy goals and the flashy assists, but like that doesn't mean he's a solid all around player.
I think it's
Yeah.
the off-ice
Yeah.
personality too, because like for him, this guy is literally Spicoli from Fast Times at Ridgemont High. Like he's the same person.
He looks like one of the TikTok.
Yeah.
He
Yeah.
does,
What are they?
yeah,
What's it
100%.
called? Like that group. He looks like someone on TikTok. I don't even
Oh,
know.
yeah.
his
That one
name.
house they live together or whatever.
Sway
it is,
House.
that- Yeah, yeah, that's the one.
I mean, like I said, I've had COVID, so I've been flipping through Netflix. And I was like, "What is this? What is this?" But Moritz has that personality too. So, like I said, I mean, maybe I'm biased, but I
All
think-
four of us might be biased, but
Yeah.
yeah,
still.
just
Yeah.
a little bit, just a little bit.
And my betting might be biased too. So
But I mean, hey, we have three incredible rookies, and Alex Nedeljkovic, Moritz Seider, and Lucas Raymond. We're very blessed to have them. Obviously, like we were talking about the future of the Red Wings, it's very bright because right now, like, what would you say? Like the average on the team is pretty low. Like we do have some veterans, but when we talk about our veterans, it's like Mark Stahl, Sam Gagne,
Yeah.
Danny
Mhm.
DeKaiser. So like we have a few of them who are really evening out the average
like-
age of the team, but
Yeah, I feel like they're purposeful veterans. So like veterans that
Yeah.
are on the team to like, yeah,
Leaders.
they can produce, they can
Mhm.
do, but they can also
Like Bobby
teach
Ryan
the,
last year. Yeah.
yeah, you
100%.
teach
Right.
the guys how
Mhm.
to
I miss
be
Bobby Ryan.
be a pro.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, he added a lot to the team. He's a great guy, but wish the best for him. Unfortunately, it didn't work out, but at least he got a shot.
Carley, I was flipping through some of like I think it was the episode of the Winged Wheel. You know
Yeah. Come on now. Of course I know it.
And they're doing
I wasn't sure.
side
So, Carley, have you heard of this? It's called the Winged Wheel.
It's like you're gonna go
what is
crazy.
it?
It's really cool.
Wait until you hear about
It's
it.
right up your alley, Carley. Let me tell you.
I think you'll really enjoy it.
So, but I was watching the episode that I think it came out today. It was Mo and Raymond. Who was filming the close your eyes and clap thing? Was that you?
No, so it was Stacy Remigis, who is one of my best friends at work, and she is the social media manager. She is such a rock star. She has a little 7-month-old, and her husband is an equipment manager as well for the team.
Oh wow.
So she had them do that TikTok. Like I said, I don't know any of these trends. I don't know anything about TikTok. All I do is sit there and I scroll and I laugh my butt off.
I'm not even on TikTok. I live vicariously through people who send me stuff. I'm not on TikTok though.
I was like, oh, this is pretty. These young folks are pretty fun.
Interesting. My boss.
Back in my day, we called it a Vine.
Yeah, right. Exactly. 6 seconds. That's it. My boss told me to get on TikTok because he's like, I feel like you need to how did he word it? Basically, just cover all aspects of every platform that you can, and try to build it that way and produce more content with what's hip. I was like, dude, I cannot get behind this. I literally think I have a video of my dog and my niece dancing on my TikTok. And I think only my friends can see it. I don't even know what I'm doing on there. All the reels, the trends, I need to figure out how to do it.
If you figure it out, let us know.
Yeah, by the time it comes to you, is the trend already done?
Oh, it's gonna be that's exactly what happens. I remember I asked, so it's Andrew and Stacy who are a duo behind Detroit Red Wing social media platforms, and I remember I had an idea and I pitched it to them, and I remember Andrew saying that trend died 2 months ago. Okay, well I'm just getting to it. All right.
You're like, wow, okay, boomer.
All right, thanks, bud. Oh my gosh.
All right, so I have to ask you. We've had one awesome thing happen. Well, I guess not one, but multiple awesome things. No, I digress.
One good thing happened.
Yeah. So, do you recall Larkin's hat trick? I'm assuming you were there that day, right?
Yep.
What do you remember about it? How many hats were thrown? Was there a bunch? Not a lot.
I think in the Zam
you wanted
pit.
to ask too if you had a hat. And did you toss that?
I didn't have a hat.
He took one off a little kid's head and just chucked it.
I just chucked it.
You push him over and then threw his hat.
No, it's fine. I'm like, sorry, bud. So yes, I was in the Zam pit when it happened. So I was there when the ice crew collected all the hats off of the ice. So that was really cool. And I asked Al Sabaka, the Zamboni driver, I was like, what do you do with these hats? I never really realized that because people toss them on Facebook
Marketplace.
Yeah, I was like, what do you do with these? So he donates them. I'm not exactly quite sure where, but they're donated. So if you ever sacrifice a hat on the ice after a hat trick, just know it's going to a good cause.
It's a good cause. I like it.
Right.
I don't know. I want to check this guy's garage out.
Right. I'm sure Al Sabaka has had some better hats given to him that are tossed on the ice by some unruly fans.
Yeah, I think exactly.
Like Marshan's pink cowboy hat he took.
Yeah, he's like, oh, I'm keeping that one.
He's like, yeah, no, actually, this one's a good one.
I do think that as the player, I think that you should take your pick of the litter and be like, this is the one I want.
Pick of the litter.
Out of the hat. Out of the hat.
Yeah. I'll take this. I'll take someone's old sweaty hat. This one looks nice.
I don't know, you guys. I'm a germaphobe.
Just
The
get it
first
dry
thing I would
cleaned or
think
something,
about
I
is
don't know.
does this person wash their hair? Does this person have lice? I could never.
There's
just
bugs
think
crawling in
about
it currently, but
that.
if you just throw it in the dishwasher and you're good.
A dishwasher.
That's how you wash hats.
It's fun. No, my grandma.
What?
No, that's how you do it.
swears by. My grandma swears by that.
I've never done that.
Yes,
Oh, yeah.
that's serious.
Why not the actual
Because a dishwasher is so much softer. It's not as abrasive because you put it in there. You put it
There's
on the
no
top.
tumbling.
Yeah, no tumbling, so it doesn't mess
So
up
it's
your
straight
brim.
up water and
You
soap,
send
and then
it to fine China mode or something. In there,
So you guys know there's
you don't have a hat mode.
it's like you can
An
just use your
delicate
hand.
mode on the washing machine. You guys
Yeah,
can
but
also use. I don't know if you do your own laundry, but
It's like
No,
I haven't done laundry.
My wife does my laundry for me.
Exactly. Well, you can ask her. She probably knows about the delicate mode.
I don't think any of us here do our own laundry.
I'm also going to assume none of you have watched
10%.
the hats that are on your head. So that's probably why. I don't know.
I don't let them get
hats.
dirty enough. I have very clean hair. I have a very strict schedule. I follow Carrie Underwood's method.
You say Carrie Underwood? What?
If you'd like to know, I'll let you know. Oh yeah.
This show has gone off the rails.
I'm just saying.
But Tyler, I'm
give
gonna
it to you offline, Carly.
I would love to hear her method. I got to be honest. I'm not a hair washer. I don't shampoo my hair a lot. This is, like I said, I'm a COVID protocol, so I haven't been doing my hair. So this is, you guys are seeing the air dry hair. So I don't wash my, because it's so curly. I don't wash it a lot. Dry shampoo is my best friend.
Okay.
But your hair holds a lot better as a girl if you curl it, and your hair's a little dirtier. It holds a lot better. So.
Sure that, Tyler, for your curls, dry shampoo.
Literally, he's writing that down as we speak.
No.
You'll dry your curls out. You'll dry
straight
them
as an arrow.
He's like, no, I've been texting with Carrie right now. She's sending it over.
Yeah.
What shampoo do you use? A 3-in-1? A 2-in-1?
I don't know
like
if
a
I'm
7-in-1.
authorized to say.
A 7-in-1.
You can use it as toothpaste.
Yeah, and dishwasher
guys, it's not the shampoo, it's the conditioner. The shampoo is not the important piece.
Oh, okay.
Oh.
Just saying.
What conditioner do you use?
I also don't know that.
I don't know if I'm authorized to say. I'm currently using my wife's right now because mine ran out.
Herbal Essence.
And she's pissed because I used too much.
Oh my gosh. No one touched my expensive shampoo and conditioner.
It starts with a B. Well, she doesn't have, we were in the moving process, so we didn't have anything else, and she knows how crazy I am about my hair.
Wait, you're wearing a hat. What does your hair look like? I don't even know what your hair looks like.
Okay. No. I'm not gonna release it right now. Plot twist.
He just uses skincare on his head.
No. So no, I had my hair all done up. I'm like, oh, we're having Carly on this afternoon. I'm doing my hair. I went and took my dog out for a walk. It was cold. I had to put a beanie on, and I'm like, well, I'm not gonna re-shower, so I'm just gonna throw a ball cap on. I knew these other two
for me. Okay.
It's a good thing we're not.
Water's not free.
Yeah. You think this is?
It is actually. I have a well.
Oh well, there you go. Shampoo's not free.
It would have screwed everything up. So I'll give you the method, Carrie Underwood method off.
Oh my. Well, I think that's enough hair talk. But don't exactly know. But I don't have anything else. I don't know.
It's never enough.
No, I'm all set, Carly. I appreciate you coming on.
Right, we'll have you come back at the end of the season for a wrap up on how the team went.
Absolutely. I can't even believe we're halfway through the season already, but things are looking bright. Future's bright for the Red Wings. The season's even looking good for the Red Wings. So I'm excited. Little Caesars Arena is rocking. So it's been really fun.
I'll be there in a couple weeks again.
Yep.
Oh yeah, let me know when.
For the Avs game.
Well, let me know
She's like, I'm there at them all. I don't know.
She's like, I'm there every single day. Just let me know when you're there.
Let me know when you're there.
All right, that's fair. Tyler, anything?
No, I'll mix in a water for you every now and then.
All right, thanks, Carly.
I love it. Right. Thank you guys so much. Great to chat, and I'm happy to finally be able to come on here. So great work. This is great. You guys are really killing it. So
thank you.
Thanks so much for the support.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, that's